Hello, it's been a minute, but welcome back to your girl channel. And if it's your first time here, hi, my name is Kai and we're here for an update, baby. Like I said, it's been about 3-4 months. Yeah, it's been a hot girl minute. Let's verify how long it's been. Oh, it's only been 3 months, probably going on 4. But this is a life update video. Your girl went through the ringer a little bit. We had a whole lot of highs and we had a whole lot of lows. So let's reel it back and let's reel it in. So if you're my friend on Facebook, you know that I made a post. What's the date? Actually, it's July 11th. I made the post last month. I was actually gonna not post on YouTube at all until I moved, but my military journey is coming to an end temporarily. So for the next 3 years I have to separate from the Air Force to attend UNCG for 3 years to obtain my bachelor's in clinical psychology, child psychology. Air Force is paying for it, and then I commission back in, which means to become an officer, not a police officer, just like a higher ranking personnel in the Air Force. So I already did my freshman year, so I'm gonna do finish out my bachelor's. And yeah, so that's what this video is about. It's just like a life update, life is life, and all that. So I remember saying every time I'd be like, oh, I got something good planned, I got something big happening. It was that, but nothing was set in stone, because of course I had to submit a package. That package literally took me through the ringer. It wasn't even me, it was people getting back to me with answering my questions, and I was on a timeline, right? It was so bad. Oh god, it was so bad. And then of course I'm a Tar Heel girly. UNC Chapel Hill was my dream school to attend. My dad raised me to love that school, and that was just the school that I wanted to go to. And I was like, I know God is gonna provide, he gonna get me there. Yeah, it didn't work out. So I was putting the package in, right? Nobody was getting back to me. Sergeant Coates, if you see this, I love you, because you really was the MVP with helping me with this package, even though you were out process. So much love to you. But that was the whole thing. And then I was on time crunch. Literally the days that my stuff was due was the day that I was submitting it, because my leadership was so freaking slow with getting back to me with all that stuff. And I was just I cried so much. I'm surprised I'm not this big, literally. I'm surprised I'm really not that big. So I submitted the packages, my application to UNC Chapel Hill and my ROTC package in February. Yeah, they were both due in they were both due in February. So I went on ahead and submitted them, and it took 2 months for me to get my results back from Chapel Hill. When I tell you, I didn't know that I could apply to multiple schools. I'm like, okay, I really didn't have a backup plan. I literally didn't get accepted into the school. I was so angry at God, and he was just like, did I tell you to go to that school? And I'm like, I was so butthurt, y'all. I was still spending time with him, but I wasn't really receiving him, if that makes sense. I was still reading my Bible and my Bible plans, but I was just I'm doing it out of obligation and not because my heart is willing. And I was just is this where this ends? I really thought, I was like, God, I literally kept asking, and it was crickets. It was or however crickets sound. That's literally how it was. It was straight crickets, y'all. And when I tell you, I was so angry at him because I'm like, I asked you, and this is like a huge career change. This is me. I've joined the military. I joined the Air Force right out of high school. Like literally I joined at 19, right? And the reason I didn't join at 18 is because the whole process, like I was getting disqualified for stupid stuff, and like it was just like a whole process. And I joined right out of high school. So this is literally the only life that I know, like I haven't had to, like I don't even know like if I'm a real adult for real. I was literally just talking to my mama literally the other day about this, because I was like, when you're in the military, everything is handled for you, like all of like my health care and like all of that is handled. So like to go from like a stable income, like I could miss a whole month of work and still get paid the same. Like steady income, the stability, the structure of the military, to go back to civilian life. And I've been in for almost 4 years, and it's just like, I asked you and you didn't say nothing, like not a thing. Like God was literally like quiet, and I'm just like, did he not hear me? I'm like, are my prayers like falling upon deaf ears? Like I was stressed out, I was crying. I literally probably cried every day for weeks straight. And I was like so sad. I wouldn't necessarily say depressed, but I was really sad. And like I was still like, you know, being around friends, being around family and stuff like that, but I would just cry all the freaking time. And I was just like, some gotta give. So you know, like when your heart is hurting, like you don't want to hear nothing, not a thing nobody say. My co-workers and my supervisors like, oh, like what else can we do? I was like, I don't want to do nothing. Like I'm over it. It's obviously God's plan, not God's plan for me to commission. So I'm gonna just get out the military as a whole. I don't even want to stay enlisted. Like I want to get out. I don't want nothing to do with the military at all, because it's like obviously like God, like no. So he was like so whole time he was just like, I have a different plan for you. And I was just like, why can't it go my way? Right? Like that's a whole lot of us. Don't even acting like that's not even you. So I was like, God, like okay, I just wasn't trying to hear nothing nobody had to say. And then my bishop, it was one Sunday, it was when me and one of the girls I go to church with, we danced that Sunday. It was just me and her. We did a mime dance, right? So like my flesh was like, I want to avoid Bishop at all costs, but my heart was like, I need to talk to him. So luckily, like when we were about to dance, I was like looking for the stuff to like put the makeup on and stuff like that. It was like before church had even started. It was like 9:30. So then he was like, I walked past his office, and like one of my favorite brothers in Christ, Monty, he was there like talking to him. And I like peeked my head in and I was like, hey Bishop. And he was like, come give your bishop a hug. And I was like, no, I wanted to just say hi. And he was like, no, come in here and give your bishop a hug. And I was like, okay. So I came in, and y'all know that question every time like when you going through something, people be like, so how are you okay? Waterworks. I'm like, I kept telling y'all I had been crying for like days on end. So I like literally started crying in this man's office, and I explained to him, and he was like, oh, like it's okay, like it's some other plans and stuff. And like he was like telling me like, I see you getting accepted into like 4 or 5 different schools, which came true. So I got accepted into actually quite a few schools when I submitted other applications. But I was like, it took Bishop. I was like, I wanted to hear him. I wanted to hear God say, apply to these other schools. Because when I tell you I was gonna be like, I'm done, we ain't got nothing else to talk about. So he was like, no, apply to these schools. And then his sister had went to A&T, and he was like, apply to that school. Have you ever been there? And I was like, yeah, I have been there to the school when I was touring with my friend in high school, but like I never thought twice. I really liked the school, but I like never thought twice to go to the school, right? So I was like, okay, cool. So I scheduled a tour. I took leave in April, and I went to go tour the school, right? And I be telling people I have a lot of discernment, and I was like, something isn't right like about the school. Granted, I still have to attend the school to do the ROTC classes, but to attend the school as a whole, something just wasn't sitting right with my spirit, right? So I was like, God, if it's like your will, your way. I applied to like 5, 6 different schools in North Carolina, right? and I applied to UNC at Greensboro, and I was like, God, like, I've never been to the school. I've never even seen the school. I'm pretty sure I've seen it like in passing, like going through Greensboro, because I have lived there, but like never like really paid attention to it being UNCG. So I was like, this school feels more like home, and I haven't even been here. And I was like, look, I literally was doing research on top of research on top of research. And my friend Jessica was like, oh, I'll get you in contact with the veteran office. And shout out to you, yes, excuse me. So I was like, okay, and cool. And I needed like my applications to be like approved, like accepted by the school by May 31st. I'm like, y'all just literally accepted the freaking packages. Why the freak didn't y'all at least give till June? So okay, and I was like, God, like literally please make a way for everything to work out. So I got accepted into UNCG, and normally like they have rolling applications, which means you can submit it at any time, but normally it takes 4 to 8 weeks for them to give you an answer. So I was like, okay, cool, like just praying. I was like, God, make it work, make it work. Literally by like a week, 2 weeks, I had already been accepted into the school. I was like but this was like before I was just like, I really want to go to NCAT, but I was just like still trying to hold on to NCAT. But then I was just like, okay, it's a party school, and I'm like, I don't party. And just like seeing like the videos and stuff they be posting, I was just like, I would not fit in here at all. I wouldn't. And it seems like I still have to go there because my school doesn't have an ROTC program, but NCAT does, so I still have to attend there. But luckily it's like early in the morning, and then I'm gone the rest of the day. So I was just like, Lord, it's okay, we're fine, we're dandy. So I was still waiting until like it was like a week before May 31st, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just accept UNCG and we're gonna be cool. So then like I accepted them, and then like I like went through all their programs and stuff like that. And then literally I think it was like a week or two ago, NCAT is just now getting back to me about attending there. And I was just like, dang, I said, God, like you really came through with that, because I asked you like to make a way for whichever school is supposed to be right for me to work out, and you made a way. I was just like, okay, cool, we vibing, we thriving, like. But the whole process has been the most stressful thing I have ever had to deal with, and your girl done been through a lot. I probably should tell my testimony one of these days. Your girl done really been through, from literally birth, from when I was in my mama's womb to now. Like your girl just been going through the ringer, like this the ringer, this the ringer, this me, like like going through it, like literally just we're here by the grace of God, for real. Because I'm like, your girl really went through it, for real. But that's literally been a life update. Like your girl, we've been good though for the most part. Like aside from like all the hell and turmoil I went through, like everything has been peaceful. I've literally been at peace. So it is July 11th. I separate from the military July 20th, and I start driving back home July 22nd. And I'm like, my whole life that I've built up here, like everybody knows this is my first base, Grand Forks, North Dakota. If you ever get stationed up here and you are like in the world, but you're seeking, like you want to seek God, this is literally the best place to do so, because your girl was in the world doing everything under the sun. And literally I came up here and got saved. And well, I was in church, like you know how you be in church but you like stray away in your teenage years and like early adult years. So if you come up to North Dakota, you meet Bishop Michael R. Cole, you gonna get saved. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I'm just like, I'm so grateful for like the community that I've built. And it's like, dang, like the friendships that I've built over the past 3.5 years, it's just like, I love you guys so much, but I'm also excited to open up a new door, walk into a new season, and to just, like, you know, see what God has for me down in North Carolina. Like I said, I've lived down there, and I'm from Virginia, so it's literally like an hour and a half away from where I am from. But my sister lives in North Carolina. She lives in Greensboro, so I'm gonna be very close to home. And for the next 3 years, I'm just like, it's like, you know how like you walk into something like and you don't know, of course you don't know what to expect, so like that's scary in itself. And I'm just like, God, I don't know. It's like I'm scared. Like, of course I asked you for this and you've opened up this door, but it's just like to not know what's gonna happen next. Like, I'm like, okay, cool. But I'm like, we really are good. If you're in the North Carolina area and you love the Lord and you want to be friends, please text me, because I don't want to be lonely. But oh, your girl has been MIA, and I'm like, I have so many ideas with like this move and like trying out new restaurants. So I want to like start back vlogging, and like just me and my family, we have some things that we want to do, so I want to vlog that, just some new recipes. I low-key want to record another cooking video today because I made Parmesan crusted pork chops with, like, you know the topping that they have at Longhorn, and it's like that Parmesan cheese crust or whatever. I made that a while ago, and I'm gonna make it for my friend Charity because she was like, I want it before you leave, and I was like, okay, homegirl, I got you. And I'm like, I've been craving it too, so yeah, I'm like, I low-key want to do that cooking video, but then again, I'm just like, I don't have like my tripod, and like I can't really like do the angles and stuff. I have like the little mini handheld one, but like I don't have my big one because it broke, so I actually need to buy another one of those. And I'm just like, oh, Lord, make a way. But I have missed you guys, and I'm probably gonna go ahead and edit this and post it. It is 2:50. Oh, look at my picture. Oh, you kind of can't see it because of the glare, but my brother C-Lab took those pictures. Yeah, it's 2:50. I'm gonna go ahead and like try to edit this. It's not really much to edit because it's just me talking, so I don't have to add anything to it. I'm gonna just slice these videos together and upload it, because it's been a hot girl minute since y'all done seen me. But that concludes today's video. I'm so excited for this new thing, and if you have been praying for me, I love you. If you fasted with me, most definitely I love you. Because it wasn't, and that's another thing, because I forgot to say that this whole process took me 2 years, because the first time I tried to submit a package, nobody was getting back to me, but God, that was God stopping me, because he was like, no, I need you to build your package even more. And like literally nobody was getting back to me, like questions I had, and then he had the people change the regulations to where I would fit the criteria better. And I was like, you be showing up and showing out for your people. I love you so much. Oh, and another thing, I knew I forgot to say something. I was like, something, I'm not saying something. He had me in this process, it was earlier this year, he had me read the book of Esther. And if you know Esther, you know that God's name was not mentioned once. Like, he literally said nothing the whole time. And I was like, God, because I was a little confused. I was like, why did he have me read Esther, right? Whole time it's because I could relate to Esther. I'm like, I put myself in Esther's shoes, and I'm like, fine, like, you know, like, you were silent the whole time, but like it still all worked out, and it worked in my favor, and I had favor over my life. I was like, you know what, we cool, you know, we vibing and we thriving. So I was like but that's what I have forgot to say. I was like, it's something, I just didn't put it in my notes. But I love you, and I thank you. I hope a whole lot of y'all ain't left, because I'm like, I'm pretty sure I could post this video and nobody watched none of it. Like I'm like, I feel like I could probably count on one hand how many people gonna actually watch this video. I'm like, you know what, it's okay, because it's gonna reach the right audience. Anyways, I love you, but Jesus loves you more, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.